Always have your lights on. Helmet light. Right on top of my helmet. It's like a lighthouse. You want people to see you. So wherever you look, they see light. So I haven't ridden my EUC in months. My feet are already hurting after 5 minutes. And I'm wearing my comfy shoes too. Stop here for a sec. Make sure I got my light on. So let's do outer loop first. Do outer loop first, and then do Central, inside Central Park. Oh, I want to do the inner loop yet. Do medium. I want to blind everybody. So the good thing about this is a rubber material. So if you wipe out, it's a little more forgiving. So I think I'm cruising maybe about 20k, 25k. Just getting used to things again. I'm on the Motion V10F. Sorry, the Motion V10F. This is a good starter wheel, a good commuter wheel too. It's about 44 pounds or so. That's nice. It has a trolley handle. It's pretty compact. Lots of lights. So just getting used to carving again. Always be carving is what they say. Always be shifting your weight. You don't want to just be riding like a zombie where your weight's just on equal weight on both pedals. Because then the wheel's riding you, you're not riding the wheel. So really bright light.
No, I'll go come down with you.
I'm just saying.
These curves on the nice rubber are nice. The one thing I don't like about riding EUCs, if it's really broken road or I should say, or it's a slight decline. So when you have a slight decline on a wide open stretch of road, and also there's like little like divots or cracks, so like when you're going over a bridge. I'm not a fan of like when you hit the crest of the bridge and you're going downhill. I don't mind going up. It's the going down that's a little, feels like I'm out of control. Even though I'm carving. It's just like any bump unsettles me. So I'm just riding the V10F because I haven't been riding so long. I also have a veteran Sherman. That thing is literally a tank, like the name. Like you kind of have to manhandle that wheel. It rides you if you don't control it. That's why the V10F is a nice light wheel so that it's easy when it responds to your inputs. The Sherman, it tram lines. So basically tram lining is when you have like a divot in the road. Just like a little, not really a pothole, but just a divot. And it's like lengthwise. So pretend you have railroad tracks and you're going parallel. If you hit the railroad track, you're gonna like get sucked into it. So like if you have a parallel railroad track, pretend this sidewalk is a railroad track. If you go close to it, it's gonna suck you in.
John.
So if it bows downwards, you get sucked into the less flat part. So people have said it could be tire choice, PSI, and just how tight you have the wheel between your legs. You don't want to have it like a vice grip. You want to actually let it have some play so the wheel can kind of dance around. Yeah, right now my feet are killing me. These are with the honeycomb spike pedals. They're not really spiky, but it's good practice going around here. always be carving. So like when I mean like there's a decline and some slight rough patches, it's this stretch up here. There's this patch of straightaway just going downhill. It's not the best paving, and then it also has like divots and potholes. So like you see on the right side here, I avoid going on the right side. Oh, it's cool. Snail. Should go take a picture of that. Snail friend. That's pretty huge. Let's see. That's pretty cool. Gotta turn on the lights. Let's gotta remember how. If you tap it, the lights turn on. Oh, that turns it off. That's that. Helmet lights on. Yeah, it's on. Let's just go over here. Take a quick picture of this. So I like these gloves because you can open them up. You don't have to take off the gloves. These are my fleximeters. Wrist protection. They're a little bit annoying because they're hard to put on. The fleximeters, they don't really fit in a coat unless you have a really wide sleeve. And you don't want to put them on top of a coat either. So right now here, there's like slight like cracks, and it kind of bows down a little bit. I'm trying to avoid going on that. So I'm just riding in the middle. Because once you start going into those cracks, and then if you get pulled over to the side, you're in the bush. This is where you want to be carving, because where you control it, where it's going. Like you could just go straight-legged down here, but then you start tilting. So it's like when you're skiing, you always want to be in control. So always just kind of be carving. You just don't go straight down the hill, right? Then you lose control. You're just going at fast speed. See, this was always tricky here when I was first learning, because I didn't have the pads. So trying to use the V10F without pads is hard, because you've got to clamp on the wheel. It's hard to trust. Especially when you're learning too. So this is one loop, then we'll try the park. Turn on turbo mode and goes for the park. It's dark now. A bit more acclimated to the UC. Hills, yeah. Just kind of carve and lean. So always be carving. And it's more fun too. Just carving along. Because if you're just going straight like this, it's kind of boring, right? As we're carving along. And let's go into high mode. Gotta watch out for the people absorbed in their phones. Now let's be careful here, because there's a little ridge, right? You want to hit it as perpendicular as you can. You don't want to be parallel to something like that. Okay, so now let's try. This is the more challenging part, where you're actually on gravel, and then there's bumps and whatnot. It's good training. People say like when you're doing EUC, it's nice to go on the grass. Because one, you don't scuff up your wheel as much. Two, it's uneven, so you really gotta stabilize. Because every road is not a perfect road, right? Not fully dark yet. pine cones or debris. Oh, lots of gnats. Should maybe close this up. In Central Park at night, you have to be careful. See this hard in my head. All these flies just going right in my face. You see them. It's big for this one. Stop here for a sec. So right now my flashlight's not turbo mode. See, the camera's not always acting, it's acting up. Now, do I use turbo mode and blind people? It's still a little bit early, so I don't need to blind people. I just use turbo mode when there's no one else around. Okay, let's go. He's starting from stop on the V10. Piece of cake. Sherman, it's tricky. It's hard to get a balance of good braking and starting from a stop. Sometimes you'll come into random people just sitting on benches in the dark, and it's not dark yet, but later on. It's a little unsettling. Like, why would you walk into Central Park with no flashlight and then sit in the dark by yourself? If you have a friend, okay, it's not as scary, but still. I've come across people doing that in the middle of Stanley Park. Like, how do you get all the way out there by yourself in the dark and just sit there? That's a bit too creepy for me. I'm riding there on a UC or unicycle. At least I can get home easy, right? You're walking there in the dark. We're just cruising along, probably about 20k. Nothing too fast. Getting a feel for it. Talking to myself. See, when you ride at night, you need bright lights. And have backups too. Never just run with one light. If that one light, the battery dies, then you're kind of screwed. So I always run with one light on my vehicle and one light on my helmet. See, dual swivels. So wherever you're turning, it's lighting the way. Wherever you're looking, it's lighting the way. The helmet light, I would say, is really key for cars seeing you, because you just look at them and they see the light. Because they think it's a car, right? So they instantly stop. It's better to be annoying than to be dead. Yeah, it's funny, like this undulating, uneven path. It's, I find, easier to ride than the really flat, perfect path. It shouldn't be the case, right? It should be the opposite. Often there's people just like working out here at night, which is weird. Then again, I'm weird for riding in Central Park at nighttime by myself. It's a lot of mind over matter. Get over your fear of darkness with bright lights. And come prepared in case you run into anyone. gazebo. This is a good intro to my feet. So like I was saying, I'm wearing my most comfiest shoes, my Skechers, which also have insoles as well. And my feet are killing me. One, because your muscles aren't used to it. Two, you're not used to just like putting pressure on your feet. Imagine standing for, just straight up, standing for an hour. And then like pressing your soles and your toes into the floor. It took a while for me to get used to it. And then once you stop, it hurts. You have to like not curl your toes and be stressed when you're using it. You have to relax your toes, relax your feet. Try not to like grip the pedals with your feet and your toes. Just try and let them rest on it. It's easier said than done, because when you're first learning, you're just all tense, right? You want to be as relaxed as possible and shift your weight around. But I don't know how people go on like 100k rides on these EUCs. That's so far, right? Even on an e-scooter, you hit like 30k, your feet are getting tired. And the scooter, you're not pressing all your weight down. You control it with your feet. So I think this is good. We'll end the loop here and head home. Watch out for that guy. I don't know what he's doing. He's turning somehow. It's not really noticeable with his lights. Let's be careful here. We don't know what he's doing. He has no signal on. Right? Is he turning this way? He's turning that way. You don't know. So like here is what I was saying. It's a nice flat road, but it's a slight decline, and I don't really like it. Because I feel like I'm out of control. Like as soon as your neutral position is already speeding up. I don't like that. I like my neutral position just to be like staying still, not speeding up. See, this is not even the right way. Fucking idiot. That's how you get killed. You got someone going the wrong way in the roundabout. It's not the first time I've seen that. One time I was on my bike too, the guy did the same thing. This guy's lit up pretty well. He has like a flashing light on top. The flashing light on top is to be seen. My light on top is to actually see. Like wherever I look is what I can see. His is more for others to see him. Mine is actually dual purpose as well, because you'll see me for sure, because it's so bright. My helmet light is a lot brighter than my vehicle light. Yeah, my feet are killing me. I remember when I first learned to ride a UC, I was like, man, regret it right away, because my feet just killed. And I'm wearing my comfy shoes. They say wear hard sole shoes. Having hard sole shoes sucks. Hard soled shoes, like just walking, just anywhere is just horrible. They say it's more sport, but yeah, it's like stepping on the hard ground. It's like sleeping on a wooden board. It's good for you. No, it's not. Ah, this guy's turning right. Okay, he's turning right. Let him pass me. Don't think when people are on my tail. Don't like the rush on the UC. That's how you have accidents. I think like UC is a good like short range method of transportation. I don't like doing long range on it. It's just exhausting.